Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is my 2025 film recap, 35mm film. I'm so excited to make this video. I had this idea in January of still this year, 2025, and kept track of a little bit of information to best understand how I'm shooting and what I'm shooting and what my favorites are and all those things. So excited to share all that with you. I guess let's start by saying I shot 18 rolls of 35mm film in 2025. Now, I had one roll that was for professional reasons. The rest of it has all been just for hobby. So traveling, lake days, some home stuff, the cows, my dogs, all those things. So that was great. I now offer film in my wedding packages. So because I've done all this year, I've done my homework, I feel comfortable doing that, but I'm going to share with you the breakdown. So 18 rolls shot. I didn't shoot every month. I didn't shoot any in September, October, or November. Wasn't really doing anything creative those months. It was kind of a dry spell. Anyways, I also shot 6 rolls in August, so it evened out. We didn't shoot every month, but we shot a lot in some months. My most shot film, and it's my favorite film, is Fujifilm 400. Love Fujifilm. I'm a green person. I love green. I love how Fujifilm portrays greens. They're more on the bluish side than the yellowish side of the color spectrum. I like Kodak Gold as well. I didn't keep track of how many I shot of each roll. I'm doing that this year. I would have really liked to know all that information, but I know based on what I purchased that would be my second, was Kodak Gold. On some cameras and some days it's too yellow for me. Some days it's beautiful, other days I'm like, I don't know. So far Fujifilm is my favorite, and it's the cheapest film I can find like anywhere, and I can get it at Walmart, which means when I'm like, oh crap, I'm out of film, I can get it at Walmart. So that's part of why that's the most shot. I did experiment twice this year. I tried Portra 400 for the first time. Love that film. It's not going to be an everyday for me because it's so expensive and hard to find. But for special occasions, I really enjoyed it. And then my other experiment, I was gifted my great uncle's Minolta camera, and it had lenses and a bag full of film. Mind you, this film expired before I was born, so it was really cool to use then an old camera. It wasn't his camera because his was broken, but it was really cool to use an old camera of a similar era and shoot that film all at once. Instead of when I normally shoot film, I'm very particular. I'll take a photo of the tree. Like, let's say we're on a walk. I'll take a photo of the tree, and then I'll take a photo of another tree usually because I like trees, but let's say a cabin or something, and I'm just very slow, and I'll maybe take 4 in a day. And then the next time I pick up my camera, I'll take 4 more. That's usually how I shoot film. For this experiment, I decided we were on a walk in the mountains. I put the roll of film in and then shot the whole thing on the walk. All same lighting conditions, all of it, and then had it developed when we got back. And it was really cool seeing the variation of that from the other film I was shooting at the same exact time. I had 2 cameras going. The other film I was shooting at the same exact time, and then the expired film. Very blue hued. So that was really cool. I will probably be doing that experiment again with a different camera because the Minolta adds a lot of grain compared to my other cameras. So I'm very excited to do that. I believe I only had 1 camera break this year. I can't remember the exact timeline. I had my Canon T70 break. I love that camera so much. I wish it didn't break. It's going to cost the same to fix it as it would to just buy a new one, so eventually I'll buy a new one. And then on vacation in South Dakota, I only brought 1 film camera because I bring a lot of camera gear everywhere I go. I only brought 1 film camera, and it was my Canon EOS 650. Love that camera. The lens broke, like came apart, broke, and it was a 28-70, and I love the photos that came out of that lens and that camera together. So I was very sad about that. I ended up just switching my Canon, I don't remember what Canon, I ended up switching out that lens and putting it on the EOS 650, and that's working for now. Not my favorite setup, but the photos are good, so we'll keep trucking along with that one. My wish list for 2026 is a medium format, probably a Pentax 645, but or 647, I don't remember now. I haven't done a lot of research into medium format yet, so that's on the wish list. And then I also really want a Nikon F4. It has the waist level viewfinder, so you hold the camera and then you look down at the glass, and I just think that is the coolest thing ever. Don't really know why I want one, I just do. So that would be really cool. That's my wish list. That's everything we have for the intro. Let's dive right into looking at some film photos. My favorite rolls were my 6 rolls that I shot in August. Starting with the ones in the PNW. I put my Canon EOS 650 on auto mode for this because I knew it was going to be hectic and crazy, and I was worried about my digital camera more because that's the career side of it. The film is just for fun right now. So I put it on auto and just used it like a point and shoot, and I loved it, and I got some really good photos out of it. Some of my favorite film photos ever have come out of those rolls. My next favorite was when I took my other Canon camera to the lake in, I think it was early August, and took it out on the boat and took photos of my brother and my cousins on the inflatable inner tube thing that you pull behind a jet ski. That was a lot of fun. The camera did end up getting wet. The wind picked up and we were kind of crushing on waves. So I kept it as dry as possible, and the camera didn't malfunction at all, but the film got a little bit wet. So it had kind of a cool look to it. I really loved my film from South Dakota. I only put like a roll and a half through maybe before the lens broke. So that was disappointing, but I also got some really good photos out of that. The rest of it was really just, I would take my camera along to a session of any kind and snap a couple and give it to whatever client, here's some film photos, because everybody loves film. So overall, 2025 was a wonderful year for film. I have created for this year a film log so that I can keep track. I'm going to show you in my journal that I take everywhere with me. This way I can keep track of each roll that I shoot, my notes on the roll, what I should do different next time, the film type and speed, the date started and ended, and then I have a rating system. So all of these are out of 5 stars, an overall rating, a focus rating because I have trouble with focus on one of my cameras, and then the aesthetic of the whole roll because I like tracking stuff like that, and then how many out of 36 shots turned out decent. So very excited to start logging all of this in more detail in 2026, and then at the end of 2026, this time next year, I can go back and watch this video, compare how far I've come in my film journey. And by then, I might even have a medium format that we'll be talking about. That would be really cool. So anyways, I guess that's the end of the video. I'm going to put a compilation of all of my film photos from this year. You should definitely like and subscribe if you like photography, journaling, travel, reading, grandma hobbies of all kinds. You should definitely like and subscribe. And if you want to follow along with more of my adventures, you should follow me on TikTok and Instagram. Bye for now.